I'm Dave Moeglin, and I'm the Operating Director of SOAR and LSI Solution. And we are a business unit of LSI Industries. And LSI Industries is a lighting company known for doing canopy lights, LED lights. And then they established a graphics division. They brought in a number of graphics units, traditional graphics, printing, and that type of thing. And in October of 2015, we separated out SOAR as a division of the graphics LSI Industries, and we are the digital business unit with extreme focus on it. We have our own sales force, we have our own support staff, and where we see our niche in the digital signage industry is an integrator. And we base ourselves on the 7 key elements of digital signage. When I say integrator, we do all of that. We do the design work. We work with hardware from different manufacturers, so we're agnostic. We have our own CMS platform, and we continue to develop that. Changes on that go on daily and yearly. That's a never-ending process to stay ahead of the game. We have our own content development department, so we work with advertising agencies, but we also can create from the ground up complete campaigns and advertising and content. And then we have our own installation teams, and we go out and we do complete installs capable of large-scale rollouts. So we've done large-scale rollouts of 7,000 units in 30 days in a month. Not necessarily all in digital signage, but we can have the expertise of our overall LSI company that we can bring to bear into the digital signage community. And then we back that up with 24/7 help desk and support that we really sets us apart from what we believe is our competition in the industry. It's interesting, in my opinion, one of the biggest challenges that we have in the industry is also one of its biggest opportunities, and that's advancing technology. I mean, technology is growing so quickly and so dramatically, and you look at the competition, that the people that are bringing new technologies to the marketplace, and there's hundreds of different CMS solutions, and I get people that come by the booth, and we've got this one-stop, plug-and-play, do-it-yourself, here it is, low cost, no monthly fees opportunity, and that's because of technology, and the people have the ability to build systems like that. Where that becomes a challenge for the industry is now you're going to be deploying systems out into the field that don't have the proper support, and they don't have the proper makeup of a true digital signage campaign. And so the overall success of a campaign like that is destined to have challenges. It's destined to run into limitations. A lot of people are gung-ho at the beginning. Man, this is great, I could do this myself. And they go in, and for the first couple of times they're building really cool presentations and demos and things like that. And then a month later they have to make that change, and they get all geared up to do it again. And then 2 months later they're like, I don't really have time to do this, and I want somebody that can go out and handle it. So we position ourselves, and I think to overcome some of those challenges, we position ourselves to be truly a solutions partner for our customer base. And what I mean by that is we want to provide those services for them. We help them build their content. We help them support their campaigns. We help them work through the challenges that they have with design, with new content, with keeping content current, creative, up to the minute even, with some of the newer technologies, beacon technology and direct marketing capabilities. That's what really takes to have a successful campaign. And so you kind of answer that question. If I get back to your original question, what are the challenges? I think the challenges are some of the competition and the misinformation that's in the field about what some of these devices and components can do. They're all very powerful, and they're all very strong, and they're very, very good products, but it doesn't necessarily make a campaign for a customer. You talk about scopes, as far as size of the deployment. We can put content together, we can put hardware quotes together, we can work with the administration of a company that you're talking about to analyze what their solutions or their needs are. We can do all that in a very short time. Bringing the hardware and the technical expertise, that's the easy part. We can be on site and get most things delivered within 2 weeks, right? Depending on when we can can get screens from our vendors and our hardware components. That's the easy part. Content's a little more tricky. It takes time. And so depending on the ad agency or the collateral that a customer would have or bring to the table, that would be the big factor in that. But if somebody came and wanted us to build a campaign ourselves from the ground up, we could do that in under a month. And then even the installation and deployment's not a huge issue. It's a factor of when we can work with that customer to allow us access. So, in a month's time, we can get systems up and running. There's no question in my mind. Now, how many systems? Are we going to get 1,000 of them up and running at different locations? We can sure try. I want somebody to bring that problem to me and let's solve it. My basic tip and my message through our sales staff and to our customer base is make sure you know who you're partnering with. Tell us what you're looking for and let us find a solution that fits your needs. Everybody's needs aren't exactly the same, so we need to actually find a solution that works with you. And if you're going to come to us as a partner to do that, we're going to make it very, very clear that we're there for your needs and to solve that problem or create that solution. Don't be fooled into thinking one hat fits all. That's not the case. Find yourself a partner that understands you, is willing to work with you, and truly work toward your solution. And I think if I was talking to the customer base, that's what I want to do. I want them to understand that we're there for them, and we want to create a long-term relationship. I had this conversation with a customer last week, and I said, you know what? I want to get through this little initial piece of the installation and the project, and I want to do that and make sure that everybody's very, very comfortable with our team, because I want to be doing business with you for 30 years. I'm not in this for a quick installation and out the door. I want to work with you for a long time into the future. And that's really what I would say to a customer is make sure that when you go into a relationship with somebody that you can see yourself working with this team and getting support from this team for a long time into the future, because technology is changing and it's got to be somebody that's willing to change with that technology, and campaigns change and concepts and direct marketing, all that changes. A customer or a partner you've got to be able to work with for a long time. Holy cow, it's crazy right now. Every time you open your internet, you're getting a new technology, a new part or a new component. Some of the things that I see a huge value in, and it has to do with our economic conditions in the country, when you talk about workforce and things like that. And it also has to do with the technologies to the point where you can now accomplish it. But order entry kiosks, I think, are going to be a huge piece moving forward. And it's something we certainly have integrated into our package and into our offerings because of that. There's things like augmented reality and three-dimensional reality. Some of your big players, your Samsungs and your LGs, they're really experimenting and playing with that very, very readily. And then there's that whole other element out there called IoT, the Internet of Things. When you're talking about beacon technology and you're talking about heat mapping and you're talking about facial recognition, all these technologies are little pieces, parts that are being developed, and they're out there, and they're exciting for the future, and they're exciting because a retailer can really target market to an individual. We're going to be gathering information from cell phones, knowing who people are and knowing when they come into the building. So now I can target a marketing campaign directly to that person. I see that coming in the future. I don't think it's there yet. I don't think a complete package has been put together. Rest assured, LSI, with our Smart Vision partner at IoT, is working on all those technologies right now. So I see that as a future. Short term, I think when you look at the touchscreen kiosks, the interfaces, I think we're going to really see a lot of that in the next year. This is our first year to actually exhibit at the show. However, our company as LSI never missed the show. We came out here as attendees because we saw the value in creating partnerships with other potential vendors and other companies that are out there. And so it's invaluable for that. I've seen even just already in the show, I've seen 4 or 5 of the people that I needed to get together with from a customer standpoint already. And they're large customers that you would have to fly across the country to see, and they're here. And so We have always valued DSE as the show of the year that we have to go to, whether we're exhibiting or just as an attendee, because of the partnerships that we can create and the relationships that we can create. That's the way we viewed it, and I think that's always been the power for us to come to this. And we fill it up with meetings. I mean, we aren't there just waiting for people to come by the booth. We've pre-set up all of our meetings with potential vendors and potential partners and potential customers, and the response has been fantastic. It's exciting. It's exciting for me to get up and go to work. It's exciting to see the opportunities out there. It's exciting to see the new technologies. It's exciting to see how we're going to solve problems. And so I think it's a pretty apropos word, exciting.